Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel. If you're new here, this is part 9 of my Victrix Miniature series, and in this series we are taking a look at the ancient Greek model line and different types of units that resided in ancient Greece at that time. So I recommend checking out all my other videos leading up to this one and kind of follow the journey up to this point. But anyway, with that out of the way, let's get stuck in. So I just want to say for everyone who's been subscribed and has been following my videos, I've obviously been off on holiday for the last 2 weeks, but I'm back now, fully refreshed and ready to get stuck in. So in my last video, obviously I was saying that we're going to take a look at the Thracians. So I have them all painted up. We got some slingers and some archers. And also in this video there will be a couple of unboxings, obviously the Greek light cavalry, which you see in the background, but also we're going to take a look at the Thebans sprue as well. So to start with, I would like to get the archers out of the way, because we have done archers before. I'll just show off the previous ones. So these ones are for my Athenians, and I wanted some archers to go with my Spartans, so this is what I've worked on. I've kept it quite simple, just using different reds and blacks. I don't want too much colour in my Spartan force besides red and black, so that's the reason for that. Also, I've added these shields because Cretan archers did use a small round shield and also a sword for close combat. So yeah, just wanted to kind of highlight that point. Also, I've used different helmets for these, just so they don't look the same as the Athenians. I think if I had done this again, I probably would have used the Athenian helmets on the Spartans and the Spartan helmets on the Athenians. It's just personal preference, but I think they both came out okay. So moving on, I've got some slingers here. So I've only done 6 of these guys. So these are going to go with my Athenians also, but they could go with the Spartans. Also in the future I plan to do like a Macedonian force, and these would fit right in with them as well. So quite a versatile unit. And a little bit of history about these, this particular type of unit. They were actually considered better than archers because they could throw at a further range and apparently had more precise accuracy. Now in the early years of using slingers, they would use rocks, but later down the line they actually changed out the rocks for pieces of metal, and it would basically act like a bullet, so it could actually pierce bronze armor, which is quite remarkable. So yeah, that's that unit. And finally, showing off what I painted, we have the 8 Thracians here. Now I must say, I'm not very good at freehand. I've rarely practiced it in my life at all, so I'm quite proud how these actually came out. I'm sure a lot of people could do much better, but for my level of painting, I'm really happy with them. So one thing I haven't done, actually, I've just noticed, is I forgot to shade the gold helmets, but that's fine. That's not a problem. Now I've used different types of shields and different types of decals, and they all came really well actually. I had to colour match a few of them around the edge. So for instance this one, just had to paint the edge red, and like for instance on this one I had to paint the red lines to match up with the pattern that's on the front, and the same with this one. Yeah, we'll take a look at the back. So yeah, you can see some of the different patterns which I've tried to do on their robes. Like I said, I'm not great at freehand, but for me, I'm quite happy with that. Now I was gonna kind of paint them green and brown and have like this kind of browny shield type for all of them, but I actually wanted to make them quite colourful, and in a lot of the art and history of art that I've been looking at, they were quite a colourful unit. So I'm going to take a few of them out so you can see the actual designs a bit better. So you can see, like, I've added like this red line and the yellow dots to the robes. And now my favourite one, I think, is probably this one here, where I've tried to put the white, I don't know what kind of symbol you'd call that, but it looks like a castle wall to me. But yeah, quite happy with that. Another favourite one of mine is this guy on the left here, where he's got this pattern going across there, and also on his sleeves. I've tried to do that as well. It's a bit hard to see on the camera, but I hope you guys can see it okay. So yeah, I've been obviously working on those guys and got all the bases done, and also I've started on all of these bases at the back, you can see. So this is like kind of the stage that I wanted to show you, where all the rocks have been added to the texture paint, and this is before I would actually start painting it, so very rough at this stage, but yeah, just wanted to show that off. And also these are obviously for the cavalry, which we're about to unbox. So just give me a second while I clear the desk and make a bit of room for the showcase. So yeah, we're going to start with the Greek cavalry. Obviously there's 12 in here. You've got the instructions here and a few examples of how you can build them, and you can build them in different types. So you can build them as just Greek cavalry, or you can build them I thought that you could build them as something else, but yeah, so you could make Tarentines, which I'm not actually sure what they are, so I'm going to need to research that. But yep, very interesting there. So onto the actual sprue. We have 3 horse sprues, and I quite like these horses because they've got different furs and saddles on them, so you can decorate them with quite colourful fur pelts and things like that, so that'd be quite good. And then you have 3 sprues here, and I believe they're all the same. Yes, they are. Yep. Just going to zoom out a bit. Looks better. So you can see you've got a couple more horses here, and you've got these shields. I think they are the Tarentine shields, but I also have seen them in the Macedonian successor cavalry, so perhaps that's to do with those. Obviously you've got your Aspis shields there, and let's zoom in a bit. So you've got some nice different helmets here, different heads. You've got like these Theban style helmets, also I think they're like companion style helmets from the Alexander the Great era. And these are the helmets which I will be using, the Greek style helmets there. You've got a couple of hats as well. I think they're to go with this head. Right, and then onto the bodies. So you've got a few different poses, but they're kind of similar. I mean, you know, they're all riding horses, so they're not going to be that different. But where you can really customize them is on their arms. So you've got javelins, similar to like how I've built my Thracians from the Pelthouse kit. And then you've got a few swords, scabbards, a few crests to go on the helmets, and some plumes. So that's quite good. So yeah, looking forward to building these guys. Oh, and finally you've got a sword and a guy playing the trumpet or bugle, and just another copper shield sword here as well. So yeah, that's a nice kit. I'm looking forward to doing those. And then finally we're going to show off a sprue of the Thebans. Now I didn't want to buy an entire kit of Thebans because I've got so many of these bodies now. It's just a waste of money buying more, which I'm not going to use. So I just bought 2 sprues off eBay, and just wanted to show you the difference to the other kind of kits that are similar to this. So you have more Theban heads here. Yeah, some nice different heads here. Some with beards. This guy hasn't got a helmet on, but I think he's got like a little bandana. And you got some plumes as well, and a crest. And you've got a different trumpet arm, and also this kind of like cloak or sachet that goes around the body. I will be utilising that to see how it turns out. So I have 2 of these sprues. I plan to do 8 Thebans in total. Now they're not my favourite city-state, and that's why I've kind of left them last, because I'm not too interested about them, to be honest, but you know, I have to kind of cover them because they were quite important in ancient Greece, so that's my reasoning for that. Also, to accompany them, I also bought sorry, I should have prepared this. I did completely forget, so where did I put it? One second guys, sorry about this. Okay, yeah, so I also bought these transfers, and they are specific to Thebans. I believe this symbol is actually a club. I can't remember the reasoning behind that though, but once I get the Thebans painted up I'll have more information about them. So yep, so that is kind of it for this video. But yeah, tell me guys what you think about this unit here, and how I could perhaps improve it in the future, because I did enjoy them, and I would like to do some more of them in the future. Now they are a bit tricky, a bit time consuming, but I really like how they turned out. Okay, so what's going to happen in my next video? Well, I think it's mainly going to be building up the Thebans and the cavalry, and going from there really. I don't have a specific plan at this point in my series, as like I said, I'm kind of getting to the end of it. However, and I also said that I was going to start the Crusades. However, they haven't been released by Victrix yet, and I still don't feel ready to leave ancient Greece yet, as I still have the Macedonians, Alexander the Great, and all that kind of timeline to cover, and it's one that I'm very interested in. So I will be doing that first, and I will be doing the Persians. I'm not exactly sure when that will be, but that is something I'm definitely interested in doing as well. And yeah, it'll be a nice break from doing ancient Greece. Now, I'll tell you what, I've really enjoyed doing this ancient Greek series, and there's lots to cover, and I've covered a lot of it. So once I actually get to the end, I'm going to showcase the entire army, every unit, and yeah, just do like a big review of it. So yeah, that's it for this video. Thank you very much for watching, and thank you for being patient with me while I've been ill and on holiday. But yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll see you again soon. Bye for now.